Good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time you're watching. This is Kathleen Caseman, and I thought about sharing with you some miracles that we have had happen in this last year. And if you remember what Desiree, our oldest daughter, shared about groceries showing up on our doorstep, and Jim reminded her after he played her video, remember the refrigerator that was sitting there one day when we drove up? We were using a cooler to keep all of our stuff cold when we were Rama students. We couldn't afford a refrigerator. And so we were looking, for used ones. But anyway, here this refrigerator showed up. So we started out believing God, and we gave, we gave away things. We gave away a car. We had two little Toyota paid for, and when we came to Rama, and we gave one of them to a Rama student that didn't have a car. So we were givers, and we never dropped hints. As those of you that know us, we never hinted about what we didn't have, and a lot of times we wouldn't even let people in our house because we didn't want them to see what we didn't have. Like we were living in a house in Broken Arrow after Rama, after we went and pastored in Wilmer. We came back down to Tulsa, and we moved into this house with no furniture because we had been living in a mobile home in Wilmer that was furnished. So we didn't have any furniture, but so we wouldn't let people come visit us, or we didn't want them to see our house with no furniture. But oh, that's a miracle too. While we were living in that house with no furniture, we had a P.O. box in Broken Arrow, and we hardly ever checked the mail out in the mailbox in front of our house because we didn't get mail. It was junk mail. And one day Annette went out there, and in the mailbox was tickets to Hawaii for a whole family. That's 5 children and 2 adults. And anyway, the whole trip was paid for. It's unbelievable. I mean, we couldn't, like Jim said, we had to go. We couldn't, there were tickets bought. And so anyway, Desiree was a Rama student, and we went during spring break to Hawaii, trip all paid for. And that was in 1990, 80, I don't know. Anyway, that isn't what I was going to share with you, but I thought of it when we got to that point. Our house in Broken Arrow, yeah, the mail. Anyway, so our miracles. We've always been givers. We always gave our tithe and a portion above our tithes, and we gave what we had to give. I mean, we were always generous. So let's see, I was going to tell you about this year. About 8 years ago, I started believing God for a walk-in tub. It was hard for me to get in and out of my bathtub And I mean, of course, it had a shower, but I had to step over. It was a big jacuzzi tub, deep, and I had to step over the side to get in, and it was getting harder and harder for me to do. So um, we went to the we went and looked at some that were on display in the mall, and Jim called around, called people. They were so expensive, and God had to do it. We didn't have that kind of money to pay for a walk-in tub. I mean, there's so many other things that were, to me, more important. And anyway, one of our leaders in AFCM decided to give, I believe it was, I haven't talked to him, but I believe that it was for a gift for him to be able to get a tub like that for his wife. So he planted seed into us, and he gave money for that. And apparently he must have shared it with some people, because I don't know how they would have found out. Anyway, people started coming up to Annette and asking if they could be a part of that project. And when Annette was down here a couple of weeks ago, she told us that it was all paid for. We had gotten a man out here. Jim had found him. He's locally, I mean, not in Ocala, but locally close by. It's a family-run business, and they make them. It's not like a company out in California, and they send a representative in. So anyway, he came out and measured and everything and got the estimate, and somebody had asked what it was, and so we were able to get that. And people gave. I don't even know. I haven't even talked to anybody that gave, how they even knew about it, but it's all paid for, and it's going to be installed in February, and I can't wait. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but it's got a door, and you just open the door and walk in and sit down, and the tub fills up. It stays hot, or the temperature you want, and it's sealed so the water stays in there. Whirlpool if you want the jets. You can sit in there 5-6 hours if you want to, and the water will stay hot. It's also got a shower and a handheld kind of a shower. Everything that's important anyway. So I just unbelievable. God is so good to us. He, Jim and I have said that if we went home tonight, we would be satisfied with our life and what we've been able to experience and what we have seen, what we've done, what God has blessed us with. It's just been a wonderful life, and God has been so good. And I will share more miracles next time. Maybe.